around those numbers. Thank you.
Chair.
The Honourable Member, Dr David Clark. You do have to call Dr Clark.
Thank you, Mr Chair. I'll take a brief call on this part of the bill, as I intend to say more in part 2 when we get there. Merely to say that Labor, of course, will be supporting this bill, but with significant reservations, and I think it's important to put that on record. And it ties into the fact that the purpose of the bill is so unclear. It is not really there tackling the big issues which need to be tackled. The government, it seems, is afraid to articulate those big goals lest they fail. And this has some broad parallels elsewhere with other things that are going on in the government's agenda. So we don't see in the purpose section a clear expression that this legislation is intended to increase jobs, is intended to increase skills, is intended to grow the economy in the high-value manufacturing sector. I intend to say more on this aspect in part 2 of the bill, Mr Chair, so I'll leave my contribution there so that when we come to a fuller discussion of clauses 10 through 14, we can take up that debate and say where those clauses which refer back to the purpose fall short. This government really needs to put its money where its mouth is. We've seen very little investment in this area, and we see lots of weasel words in the purpose statement that are not backed up later in the bill. And so we see a government that is not prepared to tackle the big issues with economic development, is not prepared to engage in joined-up thinking. And so while this is nervous first steps, and we will be supporting it, we think the government could be doing much more to advance economic development in New Zealand.
The question is, before we put part 1, we've got some Minister's amendments to deal with. So the question is that the Minister's amendments set out on supplementary order paper number 151 be agreed to. All those in favour, please say aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. The question now is that part 2 as amended stand part. All those in favour, please. Oh, sorry, my mistake. And I've got my glasses. I've got my glasses on as well. Not swift enough for you, Mr Ballard. Anyway, the question is that part 1 as amended stand part. All those in favour, please say aye. To the contrary, no. The party vote called for. Clerk will please conduct the party vote. Thank you.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
34 votes in favour.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
8 votes in favour.
The Maori Party.
2 votes in favour.
Mana.
1 vote opposed.
ACT New Zealand.
1 vote in favour.
United Future.
1 in favour.
Honourable members, the ayes are 105, the noes are 15. Part 1 as amended will stand part. The question now is that part 2 stand part, and this is a debate on clauses 6 to 20 and the schedule.
Mr Chair.
I call the Honourable Minister Stephen Joyce.
I just